Hello mobsters, welcome to this tutorial video about the airport and flying. So we'll begin by just going over what we see when we first look at a city. This character is the capo from Family 3 and he is currently in New York City. It shows the heat level. Your heat level is all the illegal activities that you can do and represents how much the locals and city officials will tolerate your family and all your illegal activities that you're doing. Because once you get to 100%, you lose any city officials you have on your payroll. You won't be able to fly to that city anymore. And things get really complicated and really difficult if you have a heat meter over 100. So that's just showing you what your heat meter is for that city, so everyone knows. Then we've got the cities that are currently unlocked. Ellis Island is always unlocked. Ellis Island is where everyone starts in the game. They are currently in the location of Ellis Island. And then there are no districts, there's no businesses or anything there, so that's why it's admin across the board. Now we go down and we see that New York City is highlighted in black and Family 3 is listed here as the family. And that is because all 5 districts are owned by Family 3. So they have complete control over New York City with no one contesting them whatsoever. So that's why this is highlighted in black, to give a visual indicator that, hey, like that family completely owns New York City. Then we have Providence, Rhode Island. So we've got Family 1 owns 3 districts and Family 4 owns 1. And then we have a open district. So if we wanted another city in the game, which I will show momentarily, all the cities, we need to fill this spot. And then the next family to expand or come into the game and create a family would then be able to pick from the 15 cities that we have as an option to open up. And then once there's a district in that city, it then would show up here, and then it'd be one of the options to be able to fly to. So here are the options that this person can fly to. They can fly to either Ellis Island or Providence, Rhode Island, because they're currently in New York. So only 2 options. It's highlighted in red here because this person's family does not own a single district in Providence, Rhode Island, and other families do own a district in there. So it means that you'd be treated as hostile. So it's another visual cue that, hey, if you fly to Providence, they could kill you if they catch you. So as a capo, and anyone who has then gone to the Omerta store and bought the Omerta capo ability can come here to the airport, and for an hour they get their results of if anyone's trespassing. So I can go click here, check my turf, and bam, we have actually got a trespasser here. The Mandalorian is trespassing in New York City. He's jumped all the way from Star Wars and made it all the way here. So the Mandalorian is one of my pop bots, and I've got 2 different bot families or gangs that are Omerta, which is just random names thrown together, and then the pop bots are my NPCs that are kind of fun. So they're from pop culture. So this one happens to be from the Mandalorian. So if I could then click on this person's name because they're trespassing, and then I could go through the process of trying to whack them and anyone in my family. So then I could go and mail the entire family, alerting everyone saying, hey, we have a trespasser, Mandalorian's here, and anyone that's online can then try and whack them until they leave. So that is what we've got there for the different cities and why we have different ones unlocked. So if we go to the player's guide, we will then look at the cities. So we have 15 cities currently in the game. There are more coming. There's 2 more coming to the US for cities. And then I'm going to start expanding into international cities and starting to get that aspect of the game growing. So then if we go back to the airport, and I'm going to log into the consigliere to show you what a consigliere would see at an airport. So currently they're in Ellis Island. So there's no heat meter in Ellis Island, but it's now listing over here the heat level for each of the cities as an option besides Ellis Island, because Ellis Island doesn't have any heat levels because there's no city officials and it's a starting zone. So there is no worry about doing any attacks there. So if I go back and I make this consigliere fly back to New York City, so it brings me to my profile once you fly. And then if I go back to the city airport, it'll show me now it'll show the heat up here and also show me the ability to reduce the heat here. So I can either, you can always reduce the heat of any city that's unlocked wherever you are. So I was able to, could have reduced the heat level in New York if I needed to, even while I was in Ellis Island. But then when you're in that city that has a heat, it'll show you up here. So that is everything with the airport. And as you can see, I just flew. It takes 3 minutes. Once you fly, you have 3 minutes before you can fly again. So if I took this consigliere and I wanted to go attack like the consiglieres of Family 1 and Family 4, I could then, when my time was up and I could fly again, I could fly to their cities, and I've got 3 minutes that I've got to wait before I can fly out. So usually during that time, if you're flying to a hostile city, you're clicking and you're doing all your stuff as quickly as you can, and then you're constantly like checking to make sure that you're not being attacked, and then you fly out as soon as you can so that way they don't come on and find you there and kill you. So that is everything with the airport, and why there's only so few cities listed here, but there's more in the game. It just needs more expansion, more families to expand, get more districts, which are done through the family point system. Family can expand what they're allowed to have and their perks and stuff. So that's everything on the airport. I hope this video helped. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to catch you next time. Always keep it Mafia. Family, loyalty, respect. Take care.